You give away the clues before I even give the clues. You're a ruiner.
Oh, I'm not going to ruin this one.
Well, we'll see. So, I am a lion in Fulton County. Any
Some idea.
Little idea?
Just a little idea.
All right, well, all you have is little ideas anyway, so go ahead.
Hi, this is Brian White. Welcome to Season 2, Episode 25 of Celebrity Soul Speak with Glen Campbell. My wife, Renee, is a medium, and I've been a radio personality for over 50 years. The other side established communication with us because they wish to stay in touch with this dimension. They know I truly love and respect the music and the artists that perform it, and Renee is a huge music fan as well. We started this podcast and have been interviewing celebrities that have passed over. We're giving them a platform, and they have a lot to say, and we're in contact and passing along their thoughts.
Glen Campbell felt a divine touch in his life, as if he were given a gift he didn't earn. How else do you explain his life? One of the most extraordinary rags to riches stories in popular music history. The 12th child and 7th son of a dirt-poor sharecropper born in the depths of the Depression on April 22, 1936, Campbell drowned in the Little Missouri River near his family's Arkansas home when he was a toddler. His lips were blue when he was pulled from the river. His rescuers believed he was gone, but his brother Lindell didn't and resuscitated him. Glen went on to live a blessed life, and he always suspected it was because of this gift. When he was 4, Campbell's father recognized his talent and bought him a $5 guitar from Sears and Roebuck. Under the tutelage of his Uncle Boo, he quickly showed himself to be a prodigy. How could the two events not be related? It was clear Campbell was a special talent and began to earn a living with his guitar. As a teenager, he went on to become one of the most respected, revered, and popular performers of the rock and roll era. In 2011, he was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. Nevertheless, he launched the Glen Campbell Goodbye Tour, with his children becoming key members of his band. A film crew followed Campbell for a portion of the 151 sold-out shows as he navigated the disease. The resulting documentary, Glen Campbell, I'll Be Me, was hailed by critics and yielded the singer one last Grammy, Best Country Song for I'm Not Gonna Miss You, along with his second Academy Award nomination. Mr. Campbell, so wonderful to meet you. Glen says, it's just Glen, but I'm so glad to hear from you. I've heard about your venture. I'm glad you remembered this old guy. May I ask if you would share what you went through, from the time you realized something was wrong to your diagnosis to your passing? I believe that people fear because they're not in control. If you tell them what's going to happen, it takes some of that fear away. Glen says, I would have to agree with that statement. If it will help somebody, sure. Well, I can guarantee it will help one, me. My dad is 91 and has Alzheimer's. Glen said, I was just forgetting things, thought this was normal for my age. Then it just got worse and worse. I couldn't remember things, then people, then my body forgot how to function. It was certainly not a kind death, like where you go to bed then never wake up. There was much pain and agony all around. The worst was seeing my family go through this. I just wanted to die at that point. They shouldn't have to go through this. Just let me die now. The universe didn't let me come early. I had to finish. When the time was right, I was released. How is this different than when you had the close call as a child? Glen said, I didn't come out of my body when I had the accident. When I died, there was a time when I looked down and saw my body and realized I was probably dead. It was a release, really. I felt free. The pain was gone. My mind was clear. Then I realized that the human part of me died, but for sure my soul survived. People don't believe this part, but we aren't meant to be part of that whole body, brain, ego thing. We're too evolved for the foolishness that's happening where you are. Thank you so much for sharing that personal information. It does help others to hear time and time again that there is more. Glen said this is something to look forward to, not to fear. Why do people assume it's a bad thing? Well, I guess we aren't the brightest planet in the universe, are we? So, Glen, Dolly Parton's a friend. Can you tell me about your friendship? Dolly's an amazing talent and an amazing businesswoman. I can't keep up with her. She has more energy than 10 people her age.
You know, I loved your version of Amazing Grace with her. I believe it's the only song I've ever seen you do with Dolly Parton.
When I asked Glen if he fulfilled his life's purpose, he responded that, I think I did the best I could without knowing what I was supposed to be doing.
Well, it sure sounded like you knew what you were doing, especially when it comes to songs like By the Time I Get to Phoenix and Wichita Lineman.
Well, your music career is so impressive, having played with the top musicians of the time. The Wrecking Crew was one of your first full-time gigs, right? Working with the Wrecking Crew gave me the experience I needed.
Even though you were part of the Wrecking Crew's foundation, it was a stepping stone for you on the road to complete stardom.
And you joined the Beach Boys in 1964. Again, this gave me the experience that I needed.
Well, we never knew you played the opening guitar on Fun, Fun, Fun until much later. And that's when we found out about the Wrecking Crew. And then I found out you played guitar on Strangers in the Night and You've Lost That Love and Feeling. It doesn't get any bigger than that, Glenn.
And I remember the Glen Campbell Good Time Hour. It was on from 69 to 72. Glenn said, I had so much fun with this show, got to meet so many talented people. It was a kick.
You know, I never got to see you in concert, but with the TV show, it was like being there.
Glenn, this is your forum. Is there anything you want to say? Glenn said, yes, I love my family and look forward to the time when we're reunited. And to mankind, everything you're doing is a waste of your energy. I'm so sad that the world has gone crazy and hope the humans take the opportunity to learn. Life should be easy. You're making it too complicated. This was a pause for you to get adjusted. Use this time wisely. Thank you, Glenn.
Thank you, Glenn.
My pleasure.
Thanks for joining us. Join Celebrity Souls Speak on Facebook at facebook.com/The Celebrity Souls Speak. And check out Renee's blog at commonsenseinwilmingtonnc.blogspot.com. Sense spelled CENTS.